everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a pro wrestling show we have for the NXT Ring Report. Jacy Jayne defends her championship in a triple threat match against both Sol Ruca and Zaria. Which one of these three women will emerge victorious? We'll talk about it coming up here in the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, Fallon Henry defends her speed championship against Ren Sinclair. Will Ren Sinclair give up her hand on Fallon Henry, or Fallon keep her title in check? The book. Appreciate tonight in his hometown of Houston. Booker T is being celebrated with tribute here tonight. In our main event. The main event will be for the women's champion, the NXT North American Championship. Inside with steel cage. Yeah, everything started right here, right now. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Christian Dixon. Glad you join us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation. Even the hashtag Pro Wrestling on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on the Pro Wrestling Show, let's get started with this. Our top 5 moments. Let's get started with the top 5. All right, the top 5. Let's get started with number 5. Number 5 was this. The NXT Women's Championship is on the line, a triple threat match. As you see, Jacy Jayne set to defend her goal against Sol Ruca and Zaria, who we thought were once best friends. Sol Ruca got the victory not too long ago against Zaria. And Sol Ruca tried to against Zaria. Well, tonight was that in that steel cage match. Was that cage was so heavy and present. You tell you that Zaria right here getting herself ready. And Zaria, she was gonna be next in line to become the next women's champion. Well, it just wasn't the case tonight. Jacy Jayne, like we said on the thumbnail, survived the match, and Jacy Jayne survived by beating Sol Ruca and Zaria. Jacy Jayne doing what he got to do to win, so she did so tonight over Zaria in that match tonight. So we see how that went down. Well, we get to this right here. Ricky Saints and at the last week, I want to show you Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, both won their match last week by cheating by defeating the Born dude and champion Joe Henry. Well, this came out of nowhere right here. Like Tony D'Angelo's saying, he wants a shot at the championship. He took down the NXT champion Joe Henry, Ethan Page, and Ricky Saints all in one. So don't sleep on what's his name, Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo showing the world that he ain't nothing to play with. You know, Tony D'Angelo showing that he wants to be NXT champion one way or one house. So we'll see how that's going to go. Speaking of that, Sean Evans had an injury. Sean Evans won't be able to compete. Sean Evans looks like he's going to be out of action. And he said Sean Evans, what went down, so we saw. Number 3 was this right here. Booker T had his celebration. Booker T, the bookman, celebrating being on NXT, being a celebrated 6-time world champion, founder, owner of Reality of Wrestling, and come 2-time Hall of Famer. Booker T. It was props. We told you earlier it was gonna be some interruption. They weren't gonna do that in Houston for nothing. For celebrate Booker T just to get interrupted or something. Well, and Booker T got his celebrating, got his flowers until we told you last week, Keno Carter had came out there. Booker T um, was celebrating. So Keno Carter came out there and interrupted Booker T and try to take attack Booker T students and everybody else until everybody else came out of nowhere and Booker T came came out there. You saw it right there. Jasper Troy stepped up. I'm gonna show you Jasper Troy. We can show a picture of Jasper Troy right quick. Jasper Troy came out there and attacked Keenan Carter. There's gonna be two bulls, two masses. You know, put them in that match together and let them fight. I think that's what Jasper Troy's gonna do. Jasper Troy. Um, I guess he didn't forget about what happened to him last time when he got beat up by Keenan Carter. So they're gonna have a fight. Like they're gonna fight down. It's just a perfect fight for them to fight each other. Well, we get to this right here. The Speed Championship is online as Brandon Sinclair takes on Fallon Henry. Brandon Sinclair taking on Fallon Henry. And look who you know it. Ren Sinclair. Ren Sinclair now the new champion. Ren Sinclair now holds the goal, and Ren Sinclair doing what she needs to do to win. So congratulations to Ren. I'll show you Ren right quick. Can we show Ren one more time? Ren. So Ren won. So great. I wouldn't be shocked. Ren better watch herself with her, her friend Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray looks like she just dropped out her championship. So look for Kendall Gray um to probably down the road attack Ren and make it all about her. So you see that someday. Yeah, bro. We saw that tonight. Well, Ren. Ren winning her match tonight, but she needs to be a little bit careful. Kendall Gray's gonna be watching. Kendall Gray's happy for it, but she's gonna want some gold too down the road. So looking forward to seeing that. Well, the general manager informed both Ricky Saints and Ethan Page that Ricky Saints gonna be in action next week. He's gonna be taking on Tony D'Angelo next week. So we'll see that. We have Ricky Saints and Tony D'Angelo. That's number 2 on our countdown right here. Tony D'Angelo looks to go against Ricky Saints. Probably next in line for a shot at the NXT Championship against Joe Henry. The former NXT General Manager William Regal called the current GM Robert Stone to say he done a mighty fine job. So I guess we're seeing how they're gonna do. Tell them to keep up the good work. So William Regal knows a thing or two being a general manager of Raw and NXT, mainly the NXT general manager. So well, we get to this right here. The main event, a steel cage match to determine the North American champion, the women's North American champion, as Taylor Paxton defend against Fallon Henry. I told you that. You know that earlier that Jacy Jayne retained her championship. Jacy Jayne keeps her eye on the prize as well. So you see. So you saw how that was gonna go, but what a hard fought matchup it was. It was a battle throughout. These former best friends that started together. There was a former had an alliance between Fallon Henry and Taylor Paxton and Izzy Dane. That alliance turned it looked like they swapping partners or something like that. And that's what they had going. But Tatum Paxton won. And Tatum Paxton keeps her championship intact. And Tatum Paxton did what she needed to do. But when Tatum was about to leave out the arena, she got met from behind by what's her name? Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe attacked, fouling Tatum Paxton and trying to say that she's going for the championship. So it looks like Blake's done with Miss Parker, and Miss Parker could be going against Kiana Kiani Jordan, and it look like Blake wants to get back her North American Championship. I thought Blake was going to go for the women's title, but I guess that's not going to be the case right now. But Blake Monroe sending a message to Tatum Paxton that she's coming for her championship. Well, we know that next in Stand and Deliver, they made an announcement that Sexy Red will be live in NXT. What will Sexy Red do? Only time will tell Sexy Red gonna be promoting her album or promoting her single or something. So we'll see what Sexy Red gonna have to be coming up, and what she'll be convincing us to do. Next week, a number one contenders match for the men's North American Championship and the Gauntlet Eliminator. So we're gonna be waiting to see who's gonna be challenging. Got his name. Who's gonna fight him for Miles Bourne for the champion for his North American Championship? We'll see. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Let's move on to the Pop Wrestling Hot Topics. All right, on Wrestling Hot Topics, we saw Miles Bourne, but this match is made official for WrestleMania last night. If you missed it, Brock Lesnar came and had an open challenge, and guess who stepped up? Oba Femi stepped up, the former NXT champion who vacated his belt to go to the main roster. Had some really serious competition. And I think this was the money shot right here that you saw right here, when Oba picked up Brock Lesnar up like a child, and picked him up and did that slam, that power bomb to send Brock Lesnar a message that WrestleMania he's coming for Oba Femi, looking to meet Brock Lesnar. And they said Oba Femi was crying because that was indeed a WrestleMania moment. And Oba Femi is gonna get his match one-on-one against Brock Lesnar. I'm looking forward to seeing this match. This match might be WrestleMania Sunday to move something, or perhaps Saturday. I'm thinking Sunday, probably Saturday, to help move ticket sales and stuff. So let's see. Speaking of that, also too more WrestleMania implications as well. CM Punk pushing down Roman Reigns after Roman called him old. We thought Roman was going to go roll the belt, but he kind of did call him CM Punk old, because CM Punk close to 50 years old. So I guess CM Punk was offended by that comment. And CM Punk wants to get his hands on. All right, that's going to do it. But before we go, who was the superstar? superstar? I couldn't give it nothing more to the man, Booker T. Booker T. I've been watching Booker T all my life as a kid to now adult. Booker T was the personification of watching wrestling and make you believe that you can do it. And I give my superstar of the month night to Booker T, because Booker T deserved it. He didn't wrestle on nothing, but he had this appreciation night. We here on the Pro Wrestling Show appreciate you too, Book Man, and we glad that you're still able, and with the naysayers and the doubters doubt you. on everything you do, and you do it well, book man. You do it in well. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.